What happens when the "I got shot 9 times and still made it to the top" king of New York suddenly goes head-to-head with one of LA's most feared street legends? Boom, the internet melts down. Because right now, social media is exploding with clips of 50 Cent allegedly launching an attack on Big U, yes, that Big U, the so-called godfather of the West Coast streets. But here's the million-dollar question. Is this a real beef? A stage stunt, or just another masterclass in 50's never-ending quest to stay the most talked-about man in hip-hop history? Because let's be real, when 50 moves, headlines follow. And when Big U's name gets dropped, people get nervous. Put the two together? That's like gasoline and a flamethrower at a 4th of July cookout. So why did 50 Cent, a man who spends more on bodyguards than most rappers spend on chains, suddenly decide to take direct shots at Big U? Did he just call out the wrong West Coast power broker? Or is he playing chess while everyone else is still stuck playing checkers? Tonight, we're breaking down the leaked video, the whispers, the rumors, and the fallout. Strap in. This ain't just drama, it's a full-blown war. Alright, let's set the stage. On one side, we've got 50 Cent, the man who survived 9 bullets, turned his near-death story into platinum records, then flipped that fame into TV empires, vodka deals, and trolling sessions so legendary they could be taught at Harvard Business School. A man who, quite literally, sues people for sport and still finds time to clown Young Buck on Instagram. If pettiness was an Olympic event, 50 would have been wearing gold medals since 2003. And on the other side, Big U Eugene Henley, West Coast shot caller, rolling 60s Crip heavyweight. The kind of name you don't say too loudly in certain neighborhoods unless you're ready for a random car to creep up slow behind you. For decades, his name has floated in whispers attached to everything from extortion rackets to allegedly greenlighting hits. He's got one foot in the music business, managing Nipsey Hussle and rubbing elbows with Snoop, and another still planted firmly in street legend territory. Translation: he's the kind of man most rappers would rather send a Christmas card to than ever beef with. So now, imagine this. 50 Cent, never one to bite his tongue, suddenly taking a swipe at Big U. That's like poking a bear. But not just any bear, one that's been living in the hood, running things for decades, and occasionally starring in Netflix documentaries about gang life. The internet couldn't believe it when clips began circulating of 50 making very specific comments about how certain so-called street bosses are nothing more than glorified extortionists hiding behind charity fronts. He didn't say Big U's name directly. 50 never plays it that simple, but fans connected the dots quicker than FBI agents with fresh wiretaps. Now here's where it gets messy. Remember, Big U was already dealing with his own legal storm. Indictments, racketeering allegations, whispers of running a mafia-style enterprise that sounded straight out of an HBO script. The timing of 50's jab couldn't have been worse or better, depending on how much you enjoy watching rap chaos unfold. Social media lit up instantly. Twitter threads, Reddit conspiracies, Instagram memes. Everyone asking, is 50 really bold enough to poke at Big U while the feds already got him under a microscope? And here's the kicker, this isn't the first time 50 has danced with danger. Let's not forget, the man has a PhD in beef. Ja Rule, buried, Rick Ross, publicly humiliated. Currently the subject of a docuseries 50 is producing about his alleged crimes. This man literally wakes up in the morning, eats controversy for breakfast, and washes it down with vitamin water royalties. So when you hear 50 firing off at Big U, you gotta wonder, is this bravery, stupidity, or just another calculated PR stunt? The streets, of course, are split. Some are calling 50 reckless. Others say he's finally exposing the hypocrisy of these so-called community leaders. Either way, the stage is set, the tension is rising, and this story is just heating up. So let's talk about this so-called attack video, the clip that has been bouncing around TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube thumbnails faster than DJ Khaled can yell. Another one. What actually happened? Did 50 really roll up on Big U? Was there an actual fistfight in some hidden Los Angeles parking lot? Or is this just another case of the internet doing what it does best, taking 10 seconds of grainy footage and turning it into the crime scene of the century? Here's what the leaks claim. The video allegedly shows 50 Cent surrounded by his security team outside a luxury Beverly Hills restaurant, casually tossing verbal grenades at Big U's name. According to a shaky iPhone camera angle, you can hear 50 shouting something along the lines of, "Ain't nobody checking me in LA? Y'all paying for protection, I got my own army." Now, does he ever directly say Big U? Nope, but of course the internet detectives put their magnifying glasses on, slowed the footage down, enhanced the audio like it was an episode of CSI, and came to one conclusion. He was talking about the king of check-ins himself, and here's where the fake investigation gets juicy. Anonymous sources came forward claiming that the confrontation didn't just end with words. They alleged that Big U's people were already nearby, watching the situation unfold. One leaked report even suggests a car full of unidentified men in hoodies circled the block 3 times, like something out of a low-budget gangster movie. Another so-called insider swore that Big U's phone blew up minutes after the clip went live, with everyone from street affiliates to entertainment lawyers warning him not to take the bait. The public reaction: absolute chaos. Twitter timelines turned into World War III on one side. You had fans cheering 50 Cent for standing up to a street legend, painting him as the fearless anti-hero who exposes fake gangsters. On the other, you had critics saying 50 was writing checks his bodyguards couldn't cash, poking at someone who built his reputation long before Instagram Cloud existed. One viral meme even had 50 photoshopped as a gladiator in an arena with Big U's face on a lion, captioned, "Who you got?" And don't forget the celebrities chiming in. A fake but hilarious quote started circulating, supposedly from Snoop Dogg, saying, "Man, I'm just trying to smoke weed and stay out of senior citizen beefs." Meanwhile, an anonymous rapper was quoted saying, 50 better hope his TV money can buy him bulletproof karma." Even fake news outlets got in on the action. Reporting that Beverly Hills police had to increase surveillance in the area due to possible gang-related tensions. Spoiler alert, they didn't. But did that stop the internet from believing it? Of course not, Dot, and that's the beauty of this whole fiasco. Nobody knows what's real, what's staged, and what's just TikTok clout chasing. But one thing's for sure, the clip made Big U look challenged. And it made 50 Cent look reckless or brilliant, depending on your perspective. And here's where the story goes from viral gossip to straight-up soap opera meets FBI thriller. Because the second that attack video went viral, whispers of serious fallout started spreading faster than one of 50's trolling posts. First, let's talk about the law. Allegedly, local authorities are monitoring the situation. A leaked memo totally unverified, but hey, this is the internet claims that the LAPD's gang task force is keeping tabs on both camps. Picture this, detectives huddled around a TV, watching 50 Cent Instagram lives like it's Game of Thrones, wondering if they should open a case file labeled Hip Hop Civil War, Season 1. It sounds ridiculous, but stranger things have happened in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, federal prosecutors already circling Big U on racketeering charges supposedly see this as fresh ammo. Anonymous legal experts, aka some guy on Reddit with a username like Lawdog420, claim the feds could argue that this clash proves ongoing gang influence in the entertainment industry. Translation: Big U's problems just got a lot heavier. Imagine fighting off federal charges and then having 50 Cent dragging your name into the limelight like a W. Dillon with a microphone. Not exactly helpful. Financially, the rumors are flying too. Some blogs are claiming Big U's so-called community outreach funds are suddenly under investigation for fraud. Others say sponsors connected to his youth programs are pulling out quietly, not wanting their logos mixed up in gangster headlines. If even half of these whispers are true, Big U could be staring at not just legal heat, but also a major money drought. And in LA power circles, money is oxygen. On the flip side, what about 50 Cent? Well, while fans cheer his boldness, critics say he might have just painted a giant target on his back. Hypothetical scenario: if anything happens to him or his empire, the narrative instantly points toward Big U, whether fair or not. That means 50's creating drama that could spiral into real-world consequences. But then again, this is 50 we're talking about. The man once turned bankruptcy court into a comedy routine. He thrives on chaos. Some say he's already drafting scripts for a new TV series called Check-in Wars. Power moves in LA. And the public? Oh, they're hooked. Comment sections read like conspiracy forums. Some swear it's a stunt for an upcoming 50 Cent project. Others insist this is the beginning of a coast-to-coast rap war that could drag in everyone, from Jay-Z to Ice Cube. The hashtags are trending. The memes keep dropping. And the narrative keeps shifting every 24 hours, bottom line. This isn't just about 50 Cent versus Big U anymore. This is about power, perception, and the blurred line between street politics and celebrity culture. Whether it fizzles out as internet gossip or explodes into actual consequences, one thing is guaranteed: this beef has cemented itself as one of the wildest sagas of the year. So now the question is, what do you think? Is 50 Cent exposing the truth about fake street legends? Or is he playing with fire that could burn his whole empire down? And what about Big U? Does this viral storm weaken his reputation? Or does it prove he's still the name you don't play with in Los Angeles? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over. Smash that like button, share this video with your crew, and subscribe for more breaking truths the mainstream will never tell you. Stay tuned, this drama is just getting started.